Hey everybody, John here, I'll take Reforge. While the refractory in the forge I'm working on sets, I'm going to go ahead and take care of another project that I got to get done. It's going to be a farrier's rasp Tomahawk, similar to this one. So, take your farrier's rasp, cut off 3 inches from the end, cut your tang off flush, and you're ready to start forging. So let's get started. So, first thing you're going to do is take the side that's going to become your cutting bit on the flat side, scarf it down nice and thin. So, see what I got there? The steel on that edge is nice and thin, and that's going to help us get a much more seamless weld. So, next thing you're going to do is just coat this thing in flux real good. After you get it good coated in the flux, just set it off to the side. You're done with it for now. So the bottom of the axe, you're going to want to start in the middle and just start forging kind of a bow tie shape in. Again, just working my way out from the center. Keep this thing nice and straight as you go. Pressing those edges up real good. So that's about what you're looking for. You want to take the width for about 2 inches, do about 1.5 inches. That's going to give you a nice wide eye, make it seat on your handle really well. So next thing we got to do is bend this thing around. So I'll point you at the vise and we'll get that done. Alright, so to bend this thing and start shaping the eye, I've got my Tomahawk mantle chucked up in my vise good and tight with the small end pointing up. You want to go ahead and make this eye undersized when you bend it around so that when you drift it out, you've got plenty of room for leeway. So your tongs, put it up here somewhere, start hitting from the side. So that's kind of the shape we're after. So next thing, let's go ahead and get the bit put in this thing. Before you go any further, you want to generously coat this thing all down the inside. Your cutting bit should be cold to the touch. So let's go ahead and pull the body of the axe out of here. Making sure we got it oriented correctly. Slide your bit in there gently. Start to close up the body of the axe around it. Now that it's in there good and tight, we're ready to take a welding heat on this guy. The biggest thing with this is to make sure all 3 pieces of those steel, especially the cutting bit in the middle, are actually up to welding heat before you try to weld. She's looking like we're just about ready. If you haven't seen my video on forge welding, go watch it. Wear your safety glasses. So starting back near the eye, gentle blows. Just a few hits, back in the fire. So it's brushing it. Flux on here. There we go, second weld, nice and gentle. There we go. She feels good and solid. It's real weld. Here we go. Coming in a little more forcefully. Let's start working on the profile of the blade. So, our forge weld is rock solid at this point. Next thing we got to do is just forge this baby out, and I'm going to do that with welding heats just to save any possible delamination, and because I've already got the forge cranked up, it'll make it just a tad bit faster. So see I'm starting to thin out and fan out the cutting edge of that axe. So we'll just keep going until we get forged to the shape. We're moving along. I've still got a good bit of thickness I want to convert into width, so I got my cross peen hammer. Keeping it at a welding heat, I'm just going to start spreading this thing out widthwise to get a wider cutting edge. So last heat, just trying to smooth everything out real good. Nice gentle blows. Let the hammer do the work for me. So we got the thickness where we want it. We got the shape roughly where we want it. Now it's time to shape this eye. So we're about ready to drift the eye on this thing to its final shape. For this, you need a tool called the Tomahawk Drift or a Tomahawk mandrel. You can get these online from like Blacksmith's Depot or PA Tool Company. I think I paid $20 for this. It's just a ductile iron drift, so it's not meant to be super tough. But for stuff like this, it works good. Just make sure you're hitting it with a soft-faced hammer. I got my trusty copper mallet here. Using the jaws of your vise to prop it up. Stick the drift in there. Start hammering it through. Right about there is where you want to be. Our cutting edge is just a little bit off center, so I'm going to fix that real quick. To fix that cutting edge being off center, just go ahead and drop your drift in there. Stick it in the vise. Look down and see which way you need to go. You need to come this way just ever so slightly. No problem. While you're here, dress up the bottom edge of this thing a little bit. It'll make it fit just a little bit better. Alright, so before we go any further, you're going to want to do a test fit on this thing. So here I got just a beater Tomahawk handle I use for this. So we'll slide this guy in there, give it a couple whacks with a mallet. And it seats real good. So next thing, we'll get this thing ground and heat treated and we'll move on. Alright, so here's our rough forged blank. I'm going to be using my belt grinder to true up the profile and get everything ready for heat treat, using the contact needle to rough out the profile and knock down all the high spots. So let's get started on that. Alright, I'm out here at the forge, about ready to heat treat this thing. I'm going to be using the same draw tempering method I used when I made the herb knife. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quench the edge, hold it there till some of the color goes out, and I'm going to bring it out, run this grinding wheel over it so I can see true metal, and I'm going to watch the temper colors run to the edge. I'm looking for a dull bronze on this edge. I want it to be just a little bit softer than a knife would. So we're at the right temperature, so let's go ahead and quench this baby. The oil, just the first couple inches. Let it settle down a minute. Alright, so there we go. We got bronze on the edge, we got blue back here, we got darker browns in here. So that should make this thing plenty soft for what we need it, but still able to hold a good edge. So I'll take a wire brush to this thing, get it cleaned up, get it sharpened, and I'll bring you back. Alright, so I got it fitted up on the test handle. This handle's really worn out, so it won't sit quite up this high on its finished handle. So we're just going to see how it throws really quick. I'm not the greatest tomahawk thrower in the world, so bear with me. We'll see what we can do. See if we can get one more of those. Here it is all done. So we got it hung up on a nice clean hickory handle, and head seated on there really well. So she's good and sharp, and that's that. This baby's ready to go to her new home. So if you like what you saw, like and subscribe to the channel. Lots of other cool stuff coming, and thanks for watching.